You think Ingebrigtsen can pull off this 5:15 double?
So
here's the 15. He's got
Chariot's in the field. Our boy
Yep.
Stuart McSwain, Mr. Always in the mix, but always not in the mix in the final 50 meters, is there. So he'll make sure it's honest.
Until he won.
Until he won. Yeah, until he won. Yeah, I think Ingebrigtsen, I mean, I've said it, right? I've predicted he's not losing a race until like 2024. So you got to keep that streak going. So I think he's going to win. Chariot doesn't look like the old Chariot of 2019 yet. So,
yeah.
And the rest of the guys, they're good. Like Hoare and McSwain are both running well. Katir had a moment, but hasn't been running too well. But outside of that, I mean, it looks like it's just going to be a McSwain, Ingebrigtsen, Chariot race.
Mm-hmm.
And like if Josh Kerr was in it, maybe I would get a little, all right, if it gets tactical, watch out for Kerr.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean,
do you remember
depth of quality 1,500 meter competition isn't there right now. So I'll go with Ingebrigtsen all the way.
Do you remember when Ingebrigtsen took off and Chariot just didn't go with him and he stayed back? That was an interesting tactical decision. And I just want to know how he responds to this one. Does he do the same thing? And is it just going to be McSwain, the only one pursuing Ingebrigtsen? Because he's going to be coming off a 5 the night before. This is an important race, I think, for everybody else in the 1,500. Because if you can't beat Ingebrigtsen after he runs the 5K a few hours before, you're going to have trouble making a case for why you're going to beat him in 2022. So I think this is an important race for those people who are contenders. It's as important as a September race can possibly be, a month after the Olympics, but I think it is critical. And I think the way to win is Chariot's going to have to go back to the old way of racing. He's got to turn the screws on him early, and he's going to have someone to go with him if he decides to push the pace. Because again, Stuart McSwain has never said no when people have asked him, hey, do you want to push the pace? The answer is always yes with Stuart McSwain. So Chariot's got to get out there and really force it to try to run the legs off of Ingebrigtsen here after his 5K.
Yeah, this is definitely an embarrassment test, right? Will you or will you not be embarrassed by Ingebrigtsen? Because if he does win, it's going to be kind of embarrassing because you're losing now to a guy who's still only 20, coming off a 5K, and you still can't get it done. It's going to be the embarrassment test. And Chariot, based on his pedigree, should be able to be like, no, young Padawan, I am going to continue to try to dominate this event. But we'll see.
Yeah, I think, and again, I'm curious as much about how he runs as to the result, because he wasn't running with a ton of confidence at pre. It looked like he was content with that second pack, and Ingebrigtsen for a long time had been the guy in that second pack or the guy trying to chase Chariot, and we know their result all time 10-1 Chariot over Ingebrigtsen. So he's got to start another streak, and that's the 15. So you add the mile here, and it's 10-2. So Ingebrigtsen's on a 2-race win streak here. You famously said he's never going to lose to him again. In fact, you said Ingebrigtsen's never going to lose another race in his life. He's going to run.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I said until like 2023, 2024.
Gotcha. Until 2 years in the future that Gordon has not yet confirmed which one, 2023 or 2024, one of the two. Okay, before we go, I want to do the hundreds. Let's talk about the hundreds, and then we'll save everything else for Wednesday. Does that sound good?
Yeah, let's do it. Sorry for interrupting the podcast with my New Haven 20K results. I didn't see Jenny Simpson in the. Did